Hi, welcome back to Tammy Talks About. So, I've got a couple of things from Twitter that we're going to go over here. And, you know, I think this is courtesy of Right Side of the Roaring Rapids. And I think this statement is, well, just a great way to end the week. It's a glorious hashtag Johnny Depp week. So, before we get into this video, of course, if you like this video, you know the drill. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, feed that pesky algorithm and share this video. So as I said, this is some stuff from Twitter and courtesy of the Right Side of the Roaring Rapids. And, well, I think this tweet, it just really sums up what this week has been. It's a glorious hashtag Johnny Depp week. Ms. Heard's interlocutory appeal denied. Her pitchness motion denied. Her IME motion denied. Australia is still investigating her for perjury. And Johnny sold out his master class in Rome 2 times over. Meanwhile, she was booed in Paris. So I think that's just a great way to sum up what this week has been. And then there's also an article in the Australian that the Right Side of the Roaring Rapids was kind enough to archive so that we can read it because it is behind a paywall. But we're going to read it right here together. So let me just get this pulled up and let's get into it. Australian politics is going to the dogs, literally. It's been 15 months since Struth revealed the government was investigating Amber Heard, former wife of Barnaby Joyce's Hollywood nemesis Johnny Depp, for possible perjury over the Pistol and Boo Star Paws saga, and yet the Agriculture Department refuses to provide an update to the case. Hound lovers may recall that the now Deputy Prime Minister gave the 2 Yorkshire Terriers a death deadline in May 2015. Bugger off back to the U.S. on a private jet, or authorities would euthanize them within 50 hours. After the then Agriculture Minister discovered they had been smuggled into the country, Heard avoided conviction in April 2016 after she pleaded guilty to giving Customs a false document, but was forced to pay a $1,000 fine and film a hostage video, biosecurity apology alongside Depp. Pistol and Boo made headlines again last year, during the Pirates of the Caribbean star's failed libel case against the Sun. Depp launched the defamation proceedings after the newspaper branded him, you know what they called him. Wording the judge went on to rule was substantially true. During that trial, Depp's former estate manager, Kevin Murphy, told a Gold Coast court that he was threatened to lie under oath about the dog's illegal entry into Queensland. Murphy said he warned Heard by mail, or by email, phone, and in person that she could not take the dogs down under because the relevant paperwork and permits were not complete, including arrangements for the mandatory 10-day quarantine. Heard's former assistant, Kate James, also claimed the actor deliberately smuggled the dogs into Australia and acted as if she was above the law. Heard denied she asked anyone to lie on her behalf. Talk about high fidelity. The Agriculture Department says it's been working with the Commonwealth Public Prosecutor on the Heard case for more than a year, so Struth decided to sniff around and see how it was going. We were unable to put a time frame on the investigation and are not in a position to provide an estimate of cost, a spokesman said. The department cannot comment any further on an ongoing investigation. How long does it take to investigate celebrity perjury? Which, side note, sounds like a fantastic idea for a game show. We hope Labour won't let sleeping dogs lie, especially yappy Yorkshire Terriers, when the bovine boffins front up to give evidence to Senate estimates in 2 weeks. The maximum penalty for perjury in Queensland, 14 years in jail, is the evidence for perjury that you have got to be able to act. Joyce sang last year, "What is the point of having laws if they are not pursued?" No doubt retaliation for the time Heard said she was sending Joyce a box of New Zealand's finest kiwi fruit, assuming this passes his biosecurity laws. to comfort him in his hour of dual citizenship need. Not to be outdone, Depp once said Joyce looked inbred with a tomato, to which Joyce replied, I'm pulling little strings and pulling little levers long after I've forgotten about Mr. Depp's he's remembering me. I think I'm turning into Johnny Depp's Hannibal Lecter. When we reached him this week, Joyce was uncharacteristically tight-lipped, as was Agriculture Minister David Littleproud. What's the endgame here? Another shot at Barnaby's dream side gig of public executioner, perhaps? Which led us to the biggest question. Where are Pistol and Boo? After a quick scroll through Instagram, the last proof of life we found was a video of Pistol hanging out of a car window with Heard posted in May of 2020. That said, there's no way of knowing it was contemporaneous, and there's no sign of Boo at all. Instead, 35-year-old social media has been consumed with the baby daughter she welcomed via a surrogate in April, and the upcoming Aquaman sequel she shot with Nicole Kidman, scheduled for release next year. Struth sent an SOS to each of the actors' lawyers asking if we needed to mount a true crime podcast to find the furry friends. Tragically, we are yet to hear back. A low point of last year's libel case was the mystery poo in the bed, not to be confused with Australia's mini poo joggers, which Depp blamed on Amanda Turd. Heard said she didn't do it and blamed the bowel trouble on Boo, who ate a bag of Depp's cannabis. Could that explain the lost fur babies? The divorced couple's drawn-out legal battle has now moved across the Atlantic, with Depp recently granted permission to pursue a $50 million defamation suit against Heard. It revolves around a 2018 op-ed piece Heard wrote for the Washington Post about being a survivor of domestic violence, and is due in court in April. One ugly incident took place at the sprawling Gold Coast mansion they rented from MotoGP world champion Mick Doohan back in 2015, which Heard described to a London court as a 3-day hostage situation where Depp was completely out of his mind. We can only hope Quentin Tarantino turns his auteur eye on the appalling palaver and makes a motion picture about a Hollywood couple who later divorce and sue each other, with one name claiming the hashtag #MeToo and the other hashtag cancel culture, a bloodthirsty politician who also later divorces and is dumped as a deputy prime minister and is exposed as a secret Kiwi and starts a new family, only to win his old job back in a coup, and 2 Yorkshire Terriers, fate unknown. It would be called Au revoir dogs, obviously. So, while rather cute, a lot of puns in this article, it does seem that Australia is still pursuing charges against her. I think personally they are waiting to see what the outcome is in the U.S. trial, because if she loses, then they can just go right in there and find her guilty with no backlash, And I find it funny that this picture is in her Instagram. And when did they say this was from? May of 2020. And it's a picture of her with a pistol riding out the car window. Wasn't that one of her allegations about what Johnny did? I don't know. Which, this is nothing. The picture is not, she's not holding the dog out the window. The dog is on the side of the window with its head out. Something all dogs do if the window's down. So, but I instantly, even when it was being described and as I saw the picture, that's what I instantly went to. So, who knows? I just thought this was a really interesting article, and I think this was a great way to end the week, and it has been a glorious hashtag Johnny Depp week. So if we have any other news, I will be sure and let you know. Otherwise, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And as always, until next time, be blessed.